Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I decided I would go ahead and list my top 10 favorite movies. I'll start from 10 and work my way up to my favorite. So I'm not gonna lie, every single one of my top 10 all-time favorite movies are comedy. Comedy is my favorite genre. I guess my other favorite genre would be horror or history, but comedy definitely tops it for me. I mean, my top 10 favorite movies are all comedies. So yeah, with that, let's get started. All right, so for number 10, I chose Anchorman. Yes, the first one. The second one was all right, but some of the comedy felt a little forced. But the first one, man, no matter how many times I watch this, it cracks me the hell up. I mean, I just can't. It had to be included in my top 10. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, don't get me wrong. I loved the first one, but I honestly thought the second one was funnier. And the opening scene where Groot, baby Groot, is just dancing while they're all battling. That I saw this in theaters, and seriously, just that opening scene had me covered in goosebumps. It is so good. So if you haven't watched the Guardians of the Galaxy movies yet, I recommend them. And mind you, up until about 4 years ago, I really didn't actually watch movies, so a lot of these movies are going to be older. This one's a little newer, but most of these movies that I show off are going to be older. I didn't used to watch movies or TV all that much until I met my husband, and now it's one of my favorite things to do. All right, and number 8, The Breakfast Club. I honestly haven't met one person that dislikes this movie. It is so good. It's super relatable. My best friend actually introduced me to this movie when we were in high school. I haven't opened this yet. I just got it as a gift not too long ago. But one of the things I love about this movie so much is how much you can relate to. Everybody can relate to at least one of the characters. Me, I related to the basket case the most. I was super goth in high school, super weird. People thought I was weird and I was awkward, and so I related to her very well. But yeah, this is a really good movie. It's from the 80s, but I mean, quite frankly, a lot of really good movies were made in the 80s. So, and this won't be the only 80s movie that's in this list. I'm just going to put that in there. And number 7, another 80s flick, The Goonies. I love this movie. I can watch it. I own two copies of this because I lost one and I was sad, so my husband replaced it, and then I found the lost one. But this is really good, like suspenseful, you can make your dreams come true kind of movie. But yeah, it's really funny and I love every single character. So number 6 is probably an unpopular opinion, but I really enjoyed it just because I am a retro gamer. The only 2 games that I play that are new age is Sims and Minecraft. Everything else is Legend of Zelda. I mean, everything is... I play on the GameCube, the 64, the NES, PS1, PS2. Like, those are the games I play. So when I watched Pixels, I had goosebumps watching this. It was so cool to watch them, like, technically play those games in real life. And actually Donkey Kong is one of my all-time favorite cabinets to play. So yeah, I really liked this game, and me and my husband quote it all the time, literally all the time. So yeah, and I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan. I have not watched an Adam Sandler movie that I have not liked. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. All right, so for movie number 5, I'm also a huge Seth Rogen and James Franco fan. So I had to include The Interview. I will watch this movie, like, if we have, like, an internet issue or something like that, I'll just pop this into the PlayStation. I can seriously watch this movie every day. I love it that much. It's very raunchy, but I love it. I crack up. It's another movie me and my husband quote all the time. So, yeah, I love The Interview. So number 4 is another movie with James Franco. I love this movie. I literally made my husband watch it because I love it that much. Your Highness, I will never not like this movie. I will never not like this movie. And my all-time favorite quote is, "Jamie has no dick." Seriously? If you haven't watched this and you love raunchy comedies, this is one to watch. I'm serious. So I'm not going to lie, my top 3 favorite movies of all time are cartoons. I love cartoons. I'm 27 and I don't care. I will always love cartoons. So in space number 3, we have Sausage Party. I've watched this movie over 100 times. I mean, seriously, this is one of the movies I pop in when I don't know what else to watch. I love it that much. I could probably quote it backwards. And yeah, so I rented this from a family video here like 3.5 years ago, and I lost it. And then when I found it, it was like a year later, and I was like, I don't want to give it back. I kind of own it now. So I just paid for it. I paid them for it, and yeah, that's why I have a rental case. Yeah, Sausage Party is really funny. Another raunchy comedy. Seriously, the ending is rated R. Seriously, like, I'm not even going to tell you what the ending is if you haven't seen it. You just got to watch it for yourself. The first time I watched it, I watched the ending and I was just like, well, alrighty. This movie definitely needed that, I guess. But, yeah, it's super funny. One of my favorite things about this movie is that they have a horror scene in this movie, but there's no blood or anything. It's all a bunch of food, and you're still watching it like, oh my God, this would traumatize a child. I mean, like, I can't even, like, Oreo's face is falling off, picking his face up. You got banana peel down, PB&J, jellies broke all over the floor, peanut butter sad because his wife is dead. Yeah. Anyways, that's some real talent to be able to create that with just a bunch of food. And quite honestly, my favorite characters are the douche and Teresa del Taco. Oh my gosh, I love them. But yeah, super raunchy. So if you're not into that stuff, I don't recommend this movie. It is very, very raunchy. But I love it. And it's funny. So if you like that stuff, check it out if you haven't. And then the number 2 spot is something my husband makes fun of me all the time for watching. But I really like it because I love nature. I worship it. Seriously. And this movie is literally about saving trees and why it is so important that we stop cutting them all down. The Lorax. Yes. I love this movie. I always cry every time I watch it. I can't help it. I just can't. But it's a really good movie. Lots of life lessons in it. And the Lorax is so funny. So, yeah, that's a really good watch. And if you haven't watched it or you have kids, this is also a really good movie to watch with your kids. Like I said, there's quite a few life lessons in it, and the characters are cute, and it's funny, and it has like those little like comedy moments for the parents. But yeah, so the Lorax, I love this movie. All right, and in the number 1 spot, if you know me, you will know the answer to this question. You will know the answer to what is my all-time favorite movie. You'll already know. It's The Last Unicorn. I used to have this on VHS growing up, and I've seen this movie probably thousands of times. I make people watch this with me. I made my best friend watch it with me. I made my husband watch it with me. But it's super cute. The characters are awesome, but I will say it does have some scary-ish parts, so if you have young kids that aren't so good with that, this might not be a good choice till they're a little bit older. But yeah, this is another movie that gets me in my feels. I cry every time. There's a part where she turns into a human, and, you know, unicorns are supposed to be immortal and magical creatures. Well, when she turns into a human, one of the things that she says is that she can feel the body dying all around her. And that part is just, it's a little sad, but I mean, it's just because I love the movie so much. Also, I cry at everything. I have seen The Croods like 20 times, and I cry every time. If you haven't seen that movie, also recommend it. If you have seen that movie, you know what part I'm talking about. So yeah, The Last Unicorn is my all-time favorite movie, and yes, I have the theme song downloaded, and I listen to it on the daily. So I did want to add another one in there with my top 2 all-time favorite movies. I couldn't find my copy of it, but it's Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. Another raunchy comedy, very, very raunchy. But I love that movie. Me and my husband sing all the songs all the time. Like when we're going on road trips, we sing the songs. I've seen that movie so many times, and no matter how many times I watch it, I still crack up. It's like a parody of the Johnny Cash movie. If you really love music and you like parody movies, I highly recommend Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story. It is on Netflix right now, so there is that. Like I already watched it as soon as I found out it was on Netflix, because I lost my copy. I have found that a lot of girls that I know that I watched this movie with didn't really enjoy it, but almost every guy I've watched it with has. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not sure if it's super popular with ladies, but I'm more of a tomboy type girl. I hung out with a lot of guys in high school, you know, just because I didn't get along with girls, because girls are bitches, and I don't need any more of that around. But yeah, it's super funny, and I really like it. So I recommend it if you love raunchy and you love music, because honestly, the songs are catchy as hell. All right, well, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, and make sure to click that bell down below if you haven't, to get notified about Wednesday's video. And as always, until next time, stay wild.